Welcome to the show. Against my better judgment, hit the like, smash subscribe. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to the show. Against my better judgment, hit the like, smash subscribe. Let's go, let's go. Welcome to the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to the show.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hi, how are you on this fine, beautiful Monday? I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you had a great weekend. I actually went camping this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Didn't really enjoy the heat so much, but it was fun. It was fun kind of unplugging for a little bit. So when I got online today and I seen all this stuff going on, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to go live and talk about some of this stuff. I mean, do you believe Erika Kirk was out here doing her thing? And she put on a hell of a performance on the Bible 365 the other day. We are going to take a look at that and snark on her. Just, because that's what we do here. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. And then we're going to just kind of take a look at, the public weighing in on this. I'm going to call it a performance. You guys can think of it as you will. I think it's performance, personally, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay, but welcome in, AC. AC was here first today. Welcome. Jeannie's here. Hello, Jeannie. LW is here. Chuck Soup, Garrison. What's up, guys? Jay is here. Hello, Honeybee. Bayou Girl, the best intro on YouTube. Thank you so much. I love my little intro. It gives people time to come in. People were complaining that it was too long, so I put a timer on it. But yeah, it gives people time to get here, because otherwise I'm like literally sitting here pretending you guys are here and talking to myself, and it's a little bit awkward. Okay, it's on the awkward side. So I prefer to have a little bit of an intro. All right. Angela's here. Hello, Angela. Who else is here? Did I miss anybody? Let's see. Naomi's here. All right, welcome in, Naomi. Snoops is here. Hello. And Aja's here. Hi, Aja. And Gritstar's here. Gritster's here. It was a scripted performance, huh? See, I think it was too. I agree with that. We're gonna take a look, because it was a little much. It was a little much for my taste. Okay. So yeah, she lost it. Basically what happened was Erika was on the latest edition of her Bible 365 that she does with Pastor somebody. I can't remember his name. Is it James? No, let me see. What is this guy's name? Pastor, I don't know, Pastor guy. Mr. Pastor. All right. And basically she was reading questions that the public has for her, and I guess basically I don't really know. I don't watch it that much to know what the show's about, but evidently people email questions. She reads out the questions, and then the pastor kind of comes in and gives an answer to these questions, and she chimes in as well, and it's like a little back and forth. I don't know how much she gets involved in answering these questions. I hope it's not a lot, or else I'm gonna have to snark on her for that, because she's not a pastor and I don't like it. Okay, but we'll see what she does. I like I said, I don't watch it that often, but this clip that's been going viral, somebody basically sent in an email asking the pastor, a specific question, and as she's reading the email, she gets choked up, and tears start to fall, and yeah, it's a little bit of it seems performative. Okay, anyways, the poor thing, right? She gets all upset. And let's see, I can't even remember the question, but anyways, we're gonna look at it. But anyway, she starts bawling, and anyways, we're gonna just take a look at that clip and other clips. I have a couple other clips. There's also a clip I want to show you guys. I caught something in that Young Women's Leadership Summit that happened last year, where I think it's the Young Women's Leadership, where she's sitting on stage with Charlie in that pink thing, that pink dress that makes her look like a flower petal or some shit. I don't know. She's in that thing, and she's sitting on stage with Charlie, and I just caught something I thought you guys might find interesting. A couple of things I caught in that one. I want to take a look at that if we have time. First, let's just take a look at this part of let's take a look at this immediately, because I just cannot wait to dive into this one. Okay, I just can't wait. All right, now let me make sure my positioning is okay on the screen, because we don't want to block Erika crying. How big is this guy? Okay, he's pretty big. All right, we're gonna, why so sad? Yeah, exactly. All right, let's have a listen. Okay, got it all the way turned up. Let me know if there's any volume issues or whatever. I'm gonna play it.
With that, I don't think that I feel comfortable going beyond that, other than doing those things, and I think you're going to be on good ground.
This is just like,
I think that's great.
Whatever. She's gonna read the question now. Here we
Now
go.
we have Mandy. Okay. For the majority of my life, I wasn't sure what I believed in, if anything. After what happened to Charlie, I felt this need to join a church. After attending a few different churches, I finally found my church family. The first service I attended, I bawled my eyes out. I felt a presence of the Holy Spirit that I've never felt before. My kids are 9 and 7. I have been married for 10 years. My husband is a hard-working farmer who has gone a lot. A year ago, I was questioning my marriage and felt like I was losing myself in the chaotic life of work and motherhood. Since finding a church, I recently got baptized. My kids attend Sunday school, and we talk about Jesus in our home daily. Instead of nagging my husband, I embrace his hard work.
There's better.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had the mic on the wrong thing. Is that better, guys? Oh, hold on. She's crying. I'm in the way. Dang it. Just leave me over here. Oh, poor Erika. I'm sorry, girl. Cheer up, girl.
You want to finish reading it, sweetheart? Let me finish reading it.
I love him like a wife should when he comes home.
What?
Instead of losing myself to motherhood, I've completely embraced every second of it. Never wanting my precious babies to grow up. It seems like the more I pour myself into my daily readings, church, and family, the devil shows his face more than I have ever witnessed. Why does it seem like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil works on you?
Oh, Jesus. God. All right. Let me stop right there. Okay. Did she just say this is a letter from, this like an email from somebody to these guys, right? Funny how the letter has like all Erika's catchphrases in it. You know what I mean? Like she's pouring things. Here we go, pouring shit. She's always pouring things into other things and like pouring into things. And then we've got like the babies, like her babies. Like, what? Sounds a little bit like Erika's language. Do you know how she talks and sells weird stuff? Let's roll it back, okay? Because I'm curious to hear what she says again, because it's very strange to me that she brings up all the same stuff that she always says, but it's supposed to be from somebody else to Pastor.
You're going to be on good ground.
James here.
I think that's great.
Now watch how she gets geared up, right? She's like, now she's like bringing it in, right? I feel like she's bringing it down, bringing the energy down, getting ready for the performance, right? She's like, watch, here she comes.
Now we have Mandy. Okay. For the majority of my life, I wasn't sure what I believed in, if anything. After what happened to Charlie, I felt this need to join a church. After attending a few different churches, I finally found my church family. The first service I attended, I bawled my eyes out. I felt a presence of the Holy Spirit that I've never felt before. My kids are 9 and 7. I have been married for 10 years. My husband is a hard-working farmer who has gone a lot. A year ago, I was questioning my marriage and felt like I was losing myself in the chaotic life of work and motherhood. Since finding a church, I recently got baptized. My kids attend Sunday school, and we talk about Jesus in our home daily. Instead of nagging my husband, I embrace his hard work.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Moving on.
Sorry.
You better finish reading it, sweetheart. Let me finish reading it.
I
for
love
you.
him like a wife should when he comes home. Instead of losing myself to motherhood, I've completely embraced every second of it. Never wanting my precious babies to grow up. It seems like the more I pour myself into my daily readings, church, and family, the devil shows his face more than I have ever witnessed. Why does it seem like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil works on you?
Yeah. Look, for those of you that can't see, and I have the blessing and the benefit of knowing Erika and Charlie so well that I know exactly why Erika's in tears, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Totally understand.
So, it's really funny. I think one of the very first times I talked to
She got
Charlie
that
about
tissue
Erika
out.
privately when he was like getting ready to propose to her, and he wanted to talk about like, what's the, what do I, these questions about that.
What question?
One of the things that he said is, he said, my wife's my fiance, what I hope to be my fiance one day. She's a God.
Like how he changes it, right? My wife's, my fiance, what I hope to be my fiance someday. Like, come on, that right here, I got to stop because I don't believe what he's saying, because you don't that's weird. Why would you have to change it 3 times within a second of you trying to explain his question? It's weird. It's weird.
Godly woman. She's a
so
woman that
godly.
really, really loves God. And I sat down with them before they both got married, and I said, look, when the two of you get married,
Oh, shut up. Let me fast forward. Make it go
God is going to
faster.
use you in a way that is so extraordinary that the enemy is going to attack you in ways you've never been attacked before.
Why? See, this is what I don't understand. Has any of you guys received any type of premarital counseling from a pastor or a priest or somebody like that? I never have, so I don't know, but this doesn't sound normal to me that, since you're going to get married, you're just going to be attacked, and it's just going to get so bad. Everybody's going to come for you because you're getting married. That's a weird statement. Why? Why is that even a thing? What is he talking about?
And then when Charlie went to go be with the Lord, Eric and I were talking about this.
Is that what they're calling it? Is that literally what he's calling it when Charlie went to go be with the Lord? Seriously? Unbelievable.
I reminded her that the enemy was going to attack her harder than anything she's ever experienced before.
How?
Because
Why?
the devil hates godliness. He hates people who act righteously. So
What? So when you are doing good things, like when you go in and you volunteer, maybe, at the homeless shelter for your church, or you do these things, I guess the pastors are like, look, the better of a person you are, the more you're going to be just completely attacked and annihilated out there, because, the devil hates when people are good. That's a weird thing to say. I don't believe that that's what happens to anybody. If you are doing good things, I don't feel like you're going to be attacked for it. It's weird. This whole thing seems out of place. Everything he's saying is weird. He's changed his phrasing on how he, supposedly spoke to Charlie already once. And we've got Erika still in the background pulling herself together because this was just so devastating to her, this question. And again, the whole phrasing of that question didn't sound right to me. She's talking about her babies. She says her babies all the time. She says that herself. That whole pouring into you thing, that's Erika Kirk 100%. You know what I mean? She pours into everything. It's in every one of everything she, like every time she makes a speech, she says something about pouring into something. You mean to tell me that this random stranger who just happened to email the show happened to use all of Erika's phrasing? Get out of here. This whole thing's suspicious.
I'm giving you context for why Erika is in tears right now, so you understand it, because the attacks are real and they continue to happen. And God's faithfulness, although very obvious and very apparent, so are the attacks of the enemy. So let me just say this, without getting emotional. I wish I could just.
Why is she crying over that question? Because the attacks are real. Do you see how one thing has literally nothing to do with the other? Can anybody tell me, do you see any type of link here to her question that she just asked and that having anything to do with her being attacked in some way? This lady just is asking a question about how she's, trying to be a better wife and not what they quoted nagging. She doesn't want to nag her husband, so she's going to be a better wife. This got her all messed up, and now he's talking about how she's getting attacked. They literally, one has nothing to do with the other. This is so confusing. This is what they do. They try to just shove things at people and think you're supposed to just believe that these two things are connected. She's so distraught over this question. It's because she's getting attacked. It has nothing to do with the question, maybe reminiscing about her and Charlie's marriage, or maybe she's missing her husband. No, it's about her being attacked since Charlie went to go hang out with Jesus. Charlie's having a bro day with Jesus right now. He's having some bro time. Isn't that what he said? It's like, since Charlie went to go have some bro time with the Lord, Erika's been attacked. It's weird. These people are weird. These people are so weird. Just so strange to me.
Fly over there and give you a big hug. I'm sorry, Erika.
It's just what's so powerful to me is that anyone who's married that still has their husband or spouse here, I want them to love their spouse so much. And I love that she's realizing that nagging is not they're here, they're breathing. Love on them. If they're doing something that upsets you, communicate that, but don't hold that against them. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to mold them into something that you think they should be. Just love them. Love them so much, because you stood at that altar and made a covenant with God.
Gosh.
And let me tell you something. And Pastor James, you know this. When you stand at that altar and you make a covenant with God, that is not just some small promise. That is a covenantal love. God forbid one day when your loved one, your spouse, goes to be with the Lord, God steps in and fills that void in a way that no one else in this world ever could and ever will.
Amen. Yep.
And I always understood the covenant of marriage. But let me tell you something. When you become a widow, you see it on a totally different level. And to be able to feel the presence of God in your life
Oh my
on
goodness.
that,
This is ridiculous.
and that's like such a magnitude way. It puts everything in perspective. So why my heart is just like reaching out to Mandy is because she gets it. She gets it. She realizes that
Listen. First of all, you cannot live your entire life as though the people in it are going to drop dead. Okay? You can't just, if somebody does something like you're getting into a fight with your husband, are you supposed to just be like, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing because, he might drop dead tomorrow and I don't want to be mad at him. You just can't live your life that way. Okay? It'd be nice if you could, but you literally can't. Okay? She's like, just don't nag your husband, do your wifely duties and shut the hell up because he could be dead tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in this. I don't subscribe to this nonsense because, you can't act like everybody's going to drop dead tomorrow. And, if her husband's being an asshole and she calls him out for being an asshole, that's just how it is, but she's here. No, you can't do that. You just gotta shut the hell up because he might die tomorrow. Just love on him. Just, yeah, you should be decent to your spouse, obviously, but come on, girl. now that I'm a widow, I totally understand. So wait a minute. Okay, so also, like, she's saying this is what got her choked up, because she realizes, like, Mandy gets it. Like, Mandy gets it, guys. She gets it. And, like, that's why she was so choked up. So the pastor telling us that she's choked up because she's being under attack. Now Erica's like discounting what the pastor just said, because she's not, because she's under attack. It's because she gets it, because Mandy gets it, and Erika can relate. Like, they're just so confusing. Which one is it? Which one is it? Are you crying because you can relate to Mandy, because Mandy gets it? Or are you crying because you're constantly under attack? And like the pastor said, like, once you get married, you're going to be under super duper attack. And then when your husband dies, you're going to be like, you're going to be so under attack. And that's just the way of the world. When you do good things, you just get attacked constantly. You're going to be so attacked. It's just a thing. You're under attack. You know, it's like, don't be, you just got to be good, but just realize you're constantly going to be attacked, because God, the devil doesn't like anybody to be good. This is so weird. So weird. These people are so weird. Oh, thank you, Painful Truth, for the 5 memberships. Thank you so much. I just saw that in here. I can't find it to pull it up. Oh, here it is. Thank you. Congratulations to anybody who got a membership. Welcome to the club. All right, welcome to the club. Also, please don't forget to hit the like. If you're here and you're new, please subscribe. We're awesome over here. And also, please hit the like. We got to hit the like button so YouTube knows you like it. Okay? All right, let's get back to it. Everybody take a deep cleansing breath. Ready? Also, I want to note, does she usually wear a hat that just has Charlie's initials? Or is this new? Is this a new outfit choice? Because I heard she lost her court case and she doesn't have a trademark on Charlie Kirk's name anymore. So does that mean that's why she's wearing the CK hat? Because that's like their way of getting around that? Is this new? Is this her new gear or what?
The little stuff, like the spoons in the sink and the dishes on the table and, the clothes on the floor, and they're not in the laundry basket. Like, who cares?
Bitch, anybody that has to clean their own house cares. Like, we don't all have the maid service that's going to come in and pick up our husband's dirty drawers. All right. So yeah, he better put them in the hamper. And if he doesn't, you have every right to say so. What the are you talking about? Like, we don't know. We don't all have servants, girl. Okay. She's so dumb. Allegedly.
Who cares? Your husband's alive. Go and run up to him.
Oh, if he's alive, he can put his fucking underwear in the hamper. Okay. What? You weird ass bitch, dude. That's so weird. Run up to him. When you see his drawers on the floor, you just pick them up, sniff them, and run up to him and just love on him. Love on him because he's alive. He's alive. He shouldn't have to clean up and leave. He can leave his dishes wherever. The maid will pick it up anyways. What do you care? What do you care? He's alive. Shut up, girl. You're so weird, dude.
And give him a kiss. Write him a note for his lunchbox. Like, just love on them. Because life is so short, and you are so blessed to be able to still have that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Man.
I couldn't answer the first part of that question better than what you just said, Erika. The part of that question that I'll actually address is the one that speaks to why does it seem as though the closer you get to God.
And this dude needs to lower the camera because all I'm seeing is a giant head. It's like a Mr. Potato Head in front of my face right now. It's like Mr. Potato Head. Like, come on, sir.
The harder the devil works against you. Well, it's really simple, because you're no longer walking in the direction he wants you to go. The devil wants you to go in a different direction. I want you to think about it this way: if you're floating downstream, the current doesn't fight you. It's not going to fight you. Okay. The moment you turn around and start swimming upstream, you immediately are going to feel the resistance. Look, the Bible tells us this, Ephesians chapter 6. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yo, he could be like a Jesus rapper. Did you hear that? He's spitting hard right now. I don't even know what he said. He said it so fast. I don't even know what he said.
The spiritual battle was always there. You just didn't recognize it before. Now your eyes have been opened and you see it a completely different way. Look, another thing to remember is that Satan hates anything that glorifies God.
Like, we're talking about underwear on the floor, blow. Like, where is this coming from, sir? She's talking about picking up his dirty underwear, putting his dishes away, and now we're swimming upstream with Jesus and devils, and like, what in the world is going on in this? There's people that actually follow this and like know what they're saying. There's people that actually understand this whole thing and get it. And they're like, yep, God bless. Amen. Preach. Amen. Slay, girl. Slay, Erika. Slay.
He hates healthy marriages. He hates godly mothers. He hates children.
He hates healthy marriages. He hates godly mothers. He hates children. Like, what?
Being taught about Jesus. He hates believers growing in the word. When he sees a family moving towards Christ, he will often attack the very areas where God is producing fruit. It happens all the time. It's because
This guy here, I don't know how. Look, he's still going to talk. He talk. All right, let's get back to Erika. Come on, sir.
your way. The transformation was the harder part, not the battle.
I'm fast forwarding this. Shut up. Okay, here we go.
Next question's from Stephanie.
Now, are we going to take bets on whether she breaks down again over some other stuff or what? I didn't watch this whole thing, but we're going to keep watching a little bit because I just, it's easy. It's easy to make fun of her. It's fun. Okay. Frankly, it's fun. All right. So yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you think she's going to cry again. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she's done and she made her point. Also, let me know. Do you guys believe she was being truthful and actually cried? First of all, anybody think that was true? Let me know if it was true. Say true. Say, yeah, it was true. I personally, I saw the tears. I actually saw the moisture on her face. And so I'm a little confused unless she went ahead and learned how to do this, because as you guys recall, she did not know how to produce the moisture on her face before. Remember? She would just be sitting there like this. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. Remember? And Stacy had to be like, girl, give me that tissue. You can't be sitting here doing this. It's weird. There's shit should be coming out of your face. So it seems like she went ahead, she went to her little camp, whatever, and she learned how to actually produce the moisture. But I don't know. I don't know if she was really crying. I tend to believe she was not, because I just don't believe anything she says anymore. I don't know. And I think that whole note was fake, honestly. It seemed like that was her speaking, not whoever the hell she said it was. I don't believe that somebody emailed that and was talking about pouring into people. That's what Erika does. Erika pours shit all the time. She's always pouring something or other, So I don't believe that. I just think this whole thing's like, it's weird. It's weird. It's just weird. So we got a couple ones. Over here. Somebody think, all right. So you guys think she's going to cry again? Did I say 1 to cry again? Right? Yeah. We think she's going to cry again. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
I often struggle when others want to discuss biblical laws with me. For example, I don't curse, especially not using the Lord's name in vain. When people question me, I say it's my choice because I'm a Christian and want to respect God's name out of obedience and love. Some respond that they are Christians too and ask if I'm implying they are bad Christians because they curse or have tattoos. They then argue that everyone curses and some have crosses tattooed in their skin, and that many old laws, like avoiding mixed fabrics, are considered obsolete today. My question, can God's own words become obsolete over time? Is it really okay for Christians to pick and choose which biblical laws to follow or ignore? I know that this is not in alignment with what you and I were texting with about last night, but it reminds me of what we were talking about last night with regard to C.S. Lewis. Not to totally unload and open Pandora's box here, but I just
it's so huge. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. Okay. It's a really important question. Okay. Because it gets really to the heart of how Christians should understand the Bible. Okay. The overwhelming short answer is no. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Next question. Yeah. He's just too much. I can't listen to him. I don't know how she does it. Oh, you know what? They only have him on screen when he's talking. You know why? I bet because she's over there like sleeping or doing her nails. She's sleeping, or she's like filing her nails. She's like watching YouTube on her phone. Yeah, the questions sound like something Mikey would write up for her. Yeah, so it sounds like something somebody's writing up for her, right? And I didn't even go to the beginning. I just went right to the one where she was crying because it was funny. I know it's mean to say, but to me, it was a very performative. She didn't really, I don't know. It just didn't seem real to me. And again, they kind of throw you for a loop, right? They say one thing and they they go off on another tangent. It's like he's telling us she's crying for this reason. She comes back, tells us she's crying for that reason. I mean, she wants you to like ignore the fact that your husband's a pig and leaves his shit laying around the house and all this. Like, they're just weird.
Old Testament law questions because they're taking portions of the law that they don't understand and they're using it to make a statement that they don't understand, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
No,
Christians
it's
don't-
out of context
I can't
too.
listen to him
Like they
keep
wouldn't
talking.
even
Yes.
put it. So that's the thing, is that a lot of people read the Old Testament completely out of context and then just use it in a way that backs up their position without actually doing research to understand the entire context of those verses.
Oh, isn't that, guys? Did she just admit? Wait a minute. Did she just admit that this is what she's doing? Because she's talking about how people do this all the time. First of all, how the hell do you know what people do? Right? She's basically, Oscar, what's happening is she's basically saying like people take verses from the Bible and they use it to further their position, to back up their positions when they have something to say. Kind of like the widow, that whole thing where that lady took out like 10 passages from the Bible about widows. She totally stripped away all the context of every passage that she read out, but she just tried to imply that each passage was somehow connected to Erika Kirk and we should all leave Erika Kirk alone. Yes, exactly. Yeah, oh my God. Real Aspen Donor says, how did she not burst into flames just then? I don't know. It's a miracle. We have witnessed God's miracle right here, ladies and gentlemen. She did not burst into flames when she said that. She did not burst into flames. She's still sitting here. Yeah, she said it like she knows. She said it like she knows this is what they do. It's like, how do you know this is what people do? Like, what? Seems like maybe you're just familiar with it because maybe that's what you do. You know what, guys? Here's the thing, okay? I'm going to pray for this bitch. That's what I am going to pray for her because, oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to pray for you, Erika. Like, seriously, I'm going to pray for you, girl. I'm going to pray for you so bad. Okay? I'm going to pray for you because you're gross.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%. So
I just can't believe she said that. I didn't even know she said this. This is the first time I'm watching any of this shit. I can't believe her.
that's what happens. And Jesus even said it. He says, look, verily, verily, I say unto you. He says, till heaven and earth pass. What he says, not one jot or.
Does he look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame right now? Does he even have a neck right now? What happened to his neck right now? Seriously, why is his shoulder up to his ear and his head's like a potato head? He looks like Mr. Potato Head right now. Like, what's happening here?
Tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. The law wasn't abolished.
Mm-hmm.
It was fulfilled. Jesus said, I came to fulfill the law.
I don't even know what he's
So,
saying.
ultimately, obedience should never be about like comparing ourselves to other Christians. It should be about asking, what does God's word teach?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I best honor him with my life? That's the question that every believer should be pursuing. And unfortunately, it's sad that this is the case, but it's not happening.
Right.
And it's very painful, by the way, to see that not happening.
What's he doing?
It's very, very painful.
Right, totally. Next question's from Christine. I began thinking about why Christians don't celebrate Passover, which then led to Hanukkah. Jesus celebrated the Jewish holidays. Wouldn't Christians also honor these holidays? I felt compelled to research why Christians don't, but didn't really like what I found. It seemed more like a decision by man and not by him. I was curious your thoughts on this.
Okay, well, this is a relatively easy one. As a matter of fact, I enjoy this one because it goes to Charlie's view on the Shabbat, right? I mean, there's
It's Charlie's view on the Shabbat, guys. It goes to Charlie now. More people putting words into Charlie's mouth, right? This is all about Charlie's views of the Shabbat. People, get ready. Here it comes.
so much to say about it. Like, and I think that the question is extraordinarily thoughtful. I think it's a really, really important question. But I think the answer may surprise some people. Okay, because first, let me just simply say this: there's nothing wrong with Christians celebrating Passover, Hanukkah, or any of the other Jewish holidays if they understand what those holidays mean and if they're doing so unto the Lord. In fact, many of those feasts are rich with symbolism that points directly to Jesus. Passover, for example, is one of the most powerful pictures of Christ in the entire Bible. Like, think about that. Jesus is our Passover lamb. So if you're studying and commemorating Passover, it can deepen your appreciation for everything that God has done. And it's
I'm still we're still like literally waiting for him to explain what he's talking about when he said Charlie's this and that. He's like still babbling here.
Very easy. When you partake in communion, you're being reminded of Passover. So the question becomes, are Christians required to celebrate those holidays? So the answer is going to be no. Okay. The New Testament makes it clear that believers are not obligated to observe feast days given to Israel under the Mosaic covenant. Paul says that in the book of Colossians. I believe it's in chapter 2. Let me find it here. Yeah, he says, let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink.
Look
And
how
here's the
long he
operative
talks
terminology
about
here.
this.
Or in respect
Oh my
of a holiday
gosh. Is this
or the
for
new
real?
moon or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come.
Oh
but
my
the
gosh.
body is
This guy's exhausting. Do you know there's people that actually sit here and listen to this whole thing with him? They actually listen to this? I'm in shock right now. I wonder how many views they got. Let's see. 3.4 thousand views. Okay. I see why. No, I completely understand why. This guy just keeps talking and talking like, dude, shut up already. I mean, I understand, but man.
make a statement that they
gosh.
don't understand, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
And a lot of
Christians
times it was
don't
out of
get-
context too. Like they wouldn't even
Yes.
put it. So that's the thing, is that a lot of people read the Old Testament completely out of context and then just use it in a way that backs up their position without actually doing research to understand the entire context of those verses.
Okay, I think that's the one I literally just watched, unless she said it again.
1,000%.
No, this
Like,
is what we just
what-
seen. Okay, shut up. Moving past it, I want to see her next questions. Look, he's still talking, dude. He loves to hear himself talk.
Within
He's loving
6
it.
months, my husband left my children.
You can save a marriage before it ever shows a sign of it falling apart. like, because a marriage will fall apart if the focus is not on Christ and if the decision to have accountability is gone. The marriage will fall apart before you even know it. So with all that said, those are some important things to do. And it's difficult because I'm not there. I wish I could sit down.
Come on, I want to
So
hear
many
the
times I can sit
question.
down, and in typically one counseling session,
Oh
I can
my
point a
goodness
couple
gracious.
towards a very viable solution if they're willing to do it as they've been instructed.
Great. The next question is from
She's
Victoria.
like, did you hear her? She's like, great. Next question. Even she was like, bro, you need to wrap it up, dude. Come on. Man.
Within 6 months, my husband left my children and I, and my mother went home to heaven after 3-month battle with cancer. This was 8 years ago, and this summer I'll be 35. I grieve that I am not remarried and am running out of time to have more children. What biblical encouragement or wisdom can you give?
What was that face she made? Did you guys catch that little weird face she's making? Yeah, he's auditioning for a spot on the show. Yeah. Oh, did she do another one for her haters? Oh, I didn't see that. Let's get to that. I thought that was the end of all these rude things. What does she say? What does she say? Okay.
Encourage you instead to shift that to gratitude and literally say out loud, I am grateful for the children that I do have. I am grateful for this life that I do have. I am grateful. And just when you have your heart postured in gratitude, it really takes your mind off of the things that you don't have. Because it's very similar to when Adam and Eve were in the garden. You focus on the tree you can't get to.
What? How in hell does she know anything that's similar to Adam and Eve in the garden? How in the world does she know that? I mean, bet you weren't there. What? She's so annoying.
Focus on the tree you can't eat from. But you turn around and you have this amazing garden around you. You're not focused on that. You're focused on what you can't have and don't have. So I just encourage you to make sure you focus on those babies and love on them and just be grateful. And I'm sure you are. I'm not saying you're not. I'm sure you're super grateful for what you have. But just double down on that gratitude. And I think it will really help reposition and refocus your mindset when you kind of sometimes go through those late night contemplations.
Yeah. Amen.
Talk about needing to focus on gratitude and shit. Like, I can't with this woman because nothing is ever like satisfying enough for her. It seems like, it's always more. And the main thing they love more of is their money. It just cracks me up when she wants to preach about gratitude and things of that nature, because it's like, your husband passed away. Have some gratitude for the fact that he left you millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars so that you don't have to do any of this stuff and you can go raise your kids. And yet you're still not doing that. Doesn't seem like you're grateful at all because you're out here begging for money from college students now. College students. Somebody said they just got another round of letters that came out who was it? Olivia was in the chat, or I'm sorry, in the comment section of one of my videos, and she said they actually mailed her a letter asking for donations. I think it was for her father or something, she said, and they were, begging for donations from him. And he's like, this old man doesn't have much money left, doesn't have many things left on this, on this earth, and yet here they're sending him letters, like, she's like, I really want to answer this and send back a letter back to these assholes. She's like, I need to think of some stuff to say. But again, gratitude. When are you going to have some gratitude and just be thankful that you are already like super rich? Didn't they like, oh my God, the amount of money that they have and that they've been able to invest so that they gain more money. Like they're investing in things and they're doubling and tripling, and their money's just growing and growing and growing, and it's donor money. Like, look, wouldn't that be great if someone just donated to you like millions of dollars, and you take half that shit and go invest it, double it, and then the profit, you just get to keep that. And that wasn't even your money that you invested, it's somebody else's, but you get to keep the profits off that. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's what they're out here doing. And yet they continue to beg for more money. It's like no gratitude anywhere. So for her to be up here preaching about gratitude, it's like, girl, practice what you preach.
Next question's from Christina. Can our loved ones see us from heaven?
No, I can't believe, first of all, well, maybe I could see somebody asking this, but really, do you want to play this on your show? Can our loved ones see us from heaven? Now, is there anyone on this whole entire earth who could answer that? Not at all. And the fact that they're posturing and pretending that they can is hilarious.
Whew, that's a good question.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
a
one
good
that a lot of
question.
people ask. Look, the honest answers is the Bible doesn't clearly tell us that our loved ones in heaven are watching our daily lives on earth. And many people are going to assume that they are, but there is actually very little biblical evidence that supports that idea. One passage that people will often point to is Hebrews 12:1, where it says, "Wherefore, seeing that we are compassed about by so great a cloud of witnesses."
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. But anyways, remember, she said Charlie, he's not watching anyways, because he's up there like hanging out. What'd she say? He's dancing or something in heaven right now. He's like enjoyous. He's hanging out with Jesus and stuff, she said, or something like this. And instead of saying when Charlie was, the M word, they're calling it like some bro time with Jesus. They're like, when he's visiting the Lord, like, bitch, no, he's not visiting the Lord. Somebody unalived him in a horrible way. And you're chilling. Like, I thought about that today, if not even for yourself, okay, think about this for a moment. If not even for yourself, somebody actually had the audacity to take this man from your children. Could you, as mothers out there, could you imagine somebody having the balls to steal your children's father and you being cool with that and forgiving him? If you want to forgive him for yourself because you're cool, you're glad that Charlie's gone, like, okay, cool, whatever. That's fine. But my whole thing is, I don't know that I would feel anything but such anger that somebody had the audacity to take from my children, to take their father. You know what I mean? She's not even upset for her kids. It's like, I forgive him. I would spend a lot of time just comatose, and then my next thing would be complete and total rage, and I would be trying to figure out every detail of everything that happened and who had the balls to think they were going to take from me and take from my children, but it seems like she's cool with it. She's just moved on. She's fine. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Some will interpret that as believers in heaven watching down on us. However, look, the context is going to talk to us about these are people bearing witness through the testimony of their lives described in Hebrews 11. The context is what happened in Hebrews 11. So
Dave Ramsey. So let's hear it.
yeah. I think Dave Ramsey errs in the view of debt. I think that the view of debt is a broken one that he carries. And I have lots of reasons for that.
I want to hear her tell us
from the perspective of
somebody said
taking the mark of the beast. It's actually too late.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, in Revelation chapter 14,
dude,
there's an angel.
She's like, wow, yeah, wow, yeah. She really wishes he would shut up, it seems like.
It's from Ryan. Similar to what we talked about earlier about just the enemy kind of testing you. So we'll end on this. Why is it that the closer you get to God, the more pushback life gives? My brother and I were just talking about how ever since we've started this journey with God and reading the Bible and attending church and teaching our young children about Jesus, that things seem to be in constant chaos and being tested. Is that the enemy or is the power of God testing us? What is the best solution going forward?
Let me ask you guys in the chat, do you find that this is the case? Do you find this is the case? The closer you get to God, the more you believe in God, the more you teach your children about God, like the worse your life gets? You're being tested constantly and the worse your life gets. Anybody think this is something? It sounds ridiculous. Why would that happen to anybody? I don't understand this. I'm so interested to hear what she says about this. But I'm sure he's going to talk for 20 minutes.
Okay, so at
There
the
he
expense
is again. Jeez, oh man.
of sounding like I'm repeating myself, but it's important to do so. Yes, there's a spiritual battle, and the Bible tells us that there is a real enemy who opposes the work of God. Ephesians 6:12. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against, notice this, spiritual wickedness in high places. Thing that should encourage and strengthen your confidence in all of these matters. It's really, really critical.
No, totally. Okay, Pastor James, you're the best.
What a great time.
That was
She
awesome.
didn't tell us
I'm
off
so
yet.
grateful. I look forward to these every month.
Yeah, you seem to be super, super excited about this with your wows. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
very grateful for you.
She's happy it's over. I can't
think-
blame her either, because I'd be so tired right now.
We have an amazing community.
We do. We're
a lot
so
of people who-
blessed.
Yeah,
So blessed.
yeah, very, very
it's
encouraging.
10 years. Isn't that wild?
Wow,
Bible and 365, 10 years old.
it's amazing how fast time goes by.
Girl, hold on. If you're supposed to be able to learn the Bible in 365 days, how come it's taking y'all 10 years? Okay, that is not a good advertisement for Bible 365, you dumbasses. Okay, because everybody should have known what they needed to know after a year. Wow.
Times of
Like, I'm
feet.
so proud it took us 10 years to tell everybody we could learn the Bible in a year.
It's amazing, and I have to say this, and I hope people will be encouraged by me bringing out this observation.
Oh my God.
One of the
doesn't
most
stop.
incredible things that I have enjoyed,
Oh my gosh, he never stops.
and I hate to say this. I mean, I don't hate to say it, but I'm going to dig deep into making this statement. One of the things I've enjoyed,
To the point where, and this is why even stuff on our Turning Point Action side with our boots on the ground, where we're literally, it's not even just door knocking. You're literally like healing that fracture within the community of not even trusting your neighbor anymore. Like that's
Yep.
so sad to live in a world where somebody says like, oh, this is so-and-so, or this is such and such. And they're like, really? Prove it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's
I know.
the truth. So like, but people
What?
will believe what they want to believe. And we've talked.
Yes, we believe you are a skank. We believe you are a large skank, perhaps a skeezer, maybe even a hoe. We sure do. And I don't like you talking like your door knockers are creating a community to trust your neighbors. Now that's retarded, and that like it literally makes no sense. If I had a teenager come knock on my door and try to get me to try to vote and register to vote, like that doesn't bring me any closer to my neighbors at all. So what is it that you're talking about? Because that again makes no sense.
Talked about this before. Like the truth won't set some of these people free because it's not their truth.
yeah, they don't want it.
Look at her attitude face. You see her attitude face, guys? She's getting it. Here it comes. I think this is where she's going to tell us off. Oh my God, I can't wait. I hope she tells us off so bad.
And I was thinking about
Bring
this,
it,
like I
girl.
said, this was something that Charlie and I talked about. Like a lot of people left that time period no longer believing the words that their pastors told them.
Yeah.
Because when their
True.
pastors confronted death, they ran from it.
Mhm.
They shut down their churches because of fear of death.
Right.
And a lot of people would come to me and they would say this to me. They would make it really, really
What?
I mean, it was like heavy. They would say, thank you for being a pastor that I don't have to abandon because I don't trust. Like,
Right.
in other words, thank you for holding fast to what you believed.
Mhm.
And
Okay. That's right there, Pastor, whatever your face is. Let me know in the chat. Do you believe this? Do you believe people have like stop him all the time and being like, listen, thanks for being a pastor. Like, that they believe in. You just want me to say Deuteronomy. I know what you're up to, Robert. You seen how crazy that woman got over Deuteronomy. That was insane. Yeah, I don't believe this either, Snoops. I really don't. I mean, it sounds like when he tries to make stuff up, he stumbles a lot on what he says. Like what? And she's just sitting here like, oh fuck, get me out of here. She's actually praying right now. She's actually praying right now, allegedly, in my opinion. She is silently going, please let this man stop talking so I can end this episode. I need to get the hell out of here and get this hat off. It doesn't even say Charlie anymore. I have to use CK instead because, you know, they have the trademark on Charlie Kirk's name. It isn't CK like Calvin Klein anyways. Is she even allowed to use that? Is she even allowed to use that? Oh, thank you, Garrison. Here for the snarks and the laughs and love this chat. Yes, we have the best chat ever. We always have the best chat ever. You guys are hilarious in chat. I can't even take it. That's what makes this whole entire live stream fun, is you guys. So yeah, chat it up over there because I'm reading it. You guys always crack me up. So thank you, Garrison, so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't believe this dude. He always stumbles and mumbles and blumbles every time he's saying something stupid. I think, in my opinion, allegedly he's lying about this. I don't see a bunch of people coming up to him. It's like, and again, this is him just talking himself up. This isn't very pastor-like. Like, why does a pastor have to have a big head and talk about what a great pastor he himself is? It's like these people just don't even realize the ridiculousness, the stuff that they say. It's like they must not hear themselves. He's talking about how great he is and how people come up to him and they're just like, you know, they come up to you all the time and tell me how great I am. And I have to agree. I'm amazing. Okay. I'm amazing. I'm the best pastor ever. And Erica's over here going, dear Lord, please let him shut up. Please let us have a failure in our equipment or something to end this stream. I got to get out of here. It looks like she has to take a shit and she just wants to get the hell off this stream. Look at her face right now. She's like squeezing her cheeks. She wants to leave. She's like, I got to take a shit. This dude won't shut up.
And, you know, the whole world watched you lose everything and you double down on the word. You double down on biblical principles. You double down on the Lord. Come on. What a blessing. Like, I've been blessed to watch that. And I think that's what's made Bible in 365 so much more meaningful.
Right.
Because we're teaching everybody else to double down on the word of God, right? To go seek him and to look to him. And you know, I'm going to do this. My sister,
she wants out of here so bad.
She sent me this
we all
text,
do,
and she
Erica.
told me to tell you this.
I'm with you on
and
this,
I'm going to have to read it. I just have to read it.
Okay.
She said this. She said, because she tried to call me and I said, I'm doing the Q&A with Eric.
She deserves this torture from this guy. This is hilarious. I am actually just continuing watching because it's funny to watch her face and imagine what she might be thinking. Let me know in the chat, what is she thinking right now? Please, everybody who's here, please leave a comment. What is she thinking at this moment while this guy is bumbling and like around? She just wants to end this thing. And he's like, now I got to read you a letter from my sister. Like, I just told you the entire community and like all of our parishioners have come up to me and was like, thank the Lord, you're our pastor. You're so amazing. And now it's a letter from the sister. Please tell me what she's thinking. Please, I want to know. Everybody in chat, I need to get a comment to see what you guys think she's thinking. That smirk on her face, I think she's like I said, she's silently praying to the Lord to get her out of here.
Right now. And then she said, listen to these words. May our great God continue to bless that woman immeasurably. Make sure she knows how much we love her.
That's so sweet.
Like, what an impact that's being made here. It's
She's like, that's so sweet. But look at her face. This doesn't look like so sweet. This looks like, I don't care what this bitch says. I just want out of here. Like something. She's not thinking how sweet. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Like, bitch, come on. Come on. All right, let's see what you guys are thinking. Kraken, what's up, Kraken? He's on the best pastor ever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, there is too. I apologize. We have the vertical going on because some people prefer that one, although I don't, but you know, some people do. So I like the vertical one. There is a regular bigger screened one. If you just go back to the channel and switch over, you can get to the bigger screened one. I apologize for anybody who gets stuck in the vertical. Come on over to the other one. Double down on a new boyfriend. Yeah, she could be praying for a new boyfriend. She could be praying for a new man. That could be something over there. She's thinking, shut the f up. Yeah, I agree. She's pinching a loaf. Yeah. she's thinking, but she doesn't think. Oh, she's thinking, I actually liked my sparkly pantsuit. She probably is thinking that. I agree with that one, allegedly, as well. Did they say 10 years on the Bible 365? I thought that wasn't launched until after she got with Charlie Kirk. 10 years is 2016. She met Charlie in 2018. More lies. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too. But, I mean, listen, the truth is fluid. The truth is a very fluid thing. If you haven't realized that by now, Erika Kirk, her truth is very fluid. And so it can change tomorrow. She could say something else tomorrow, and then you have to believe that one. Whatever one she has updated you with, that's the new truth, and that's what you kind of just go with. So now it's 10 years, Garrison. It's 10 years now suddenly. And yeah, it took her, I guess, 10 years to explain the Bible in 365 days, which I find very odd. Sounds like this is only, yeah, it is. Let's see. Yeah, do I really have to do this crap? I hate it. Just send me more money. Yeah. I'm much better at preaching than this guy. Yes, I think she's probably thinking that as well. I could see her thinking that, yeah, because he just gave himself a compliment. Never once did she compliment him, though. Did you hear one thing of a compliment from her? I haven't heard one thing she said nice to him, that he's such a great whatever. And this damn letter from his sister, she's like, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now shut up and get me out of here. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. People who prefer vertical or wrong. Yeah. That's just because you don't. But, to each their own, She looks just pissed, right? She just looks pissed. She looks like she wants out of here. She doesn't want to be here anymore. He's like Mr. Potato Head over here with only his head on the screen. It's weird.
Incredibly. I'm gonna take the liberty and read one more part of this.
Oh my gosh.
She said, God bless that woman. Every day is a nightmare and she keeps carrying on. Her reward in heaven will be so massive. I pray that she's comforted by knowing that Jesus is with her every step of every moment of every day. Amen. And there are so many of us that continue keeping her in prayer and walking in his truth to carry on the wonderful mission as she did and as her husband was called by God to carry out.
Amen.
I mean, there are
that blesses me.
Millions of people that feel that way about you.
That blesses.
Let me stop you right there, because I really don't think that's true. I think there's probably like 100. There's probably 100 people that like her. And I do feel bad for the people who actually believe this nonsense that she's over here spouting and believe that, she's telling people the truth of her feelings and things. I think it's messed up that she's doing this to people, in my opinion, allegedly. But I do feel bad for the people who continue to believe this, because there are people out, like I said, there's probably like 100 people, maybe 88 or 89 people who still like this woman and still believe her. Yes, it's fluid because it's complete bullshit. That's correct. It's always just fluid, very fluid. Let's hear her. She's blessed and happy that one couple people like her.
This is me. I am well aware that this world does not understand me. Okay. I'm well aware of that.
Oh, now it's our fault, guys. We're the assholes who can't understand her. It's our fault. There's like 88 or 89 people. But yeah, the rest of us, it's our fault that we don't understand her. It's not her fault that she can't blend in with simple human beings, right? It's our fault. Sorry that we're poor and we don't understand your fucking glittery pantsuits and your fireworks and your need to ask our youth for their money. Yeah, we don't like it. We don't get it. You know what I mean? We don't like the fact that you work with people like Blake Neff, okay? That you continue to allow him to sit on your husband's show, knowing that he has done what he's done in the past, knowing that he likes to attack women, minority women online. Like, no, bitch, we don't approve of that kind of stuff. We don't like it, okay? Your words may say you're Christian, but your actions do not match. And people don't like that. And then, you know what? Okay, I'll take the blame. It is my fault I don't like you. Okay. And I'm happy that I don't like you, because if I did like you, there'd be something inherently wrong with me, or I would just be blind. Okay. And I'm neither of those things. So thank you, Lord. And I really get ticked when they start in on us for noticing there's something wrong with this woman, allegedly. Okay. Because here's the thing. They talk about, God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes. So each person, you should be happy for who you are and be proud of who you are because God doesn't make mistakes. Well, you know what? A lot of us, like 99.9, everybody but 88 or 89 of us, okay? God has blessed us with the ability to see through your bullshit. That's what it is. God has blessed us all with the ability to see this. And for you to call us out on the fact that we see it, you're basically insulting God because God doesn't make any mistakes, in my opinion, allegedly. And so, when you're out here saying that we shouldn't be seeing this, we shouldn't be asking questions, and we should ignore all these red flags that we see from these people, it's basically insulting God. That's how I'm going to twist it. Okay, that's my little twist on it, because I feel like, God doesn't make mistakes. But if you're sitting here saying that we're all making mistakes, then you must be saying God made a mistake. And I find that rude, Erika. I don't find that Christian at all. Yutch.
Okay, people talk about the sequin suit. I wasn't going shopping, and one of our team members picked out outfits for me to wear that day, and my option was that,
Bitch,
or like
you
this other
loved
outfit
it.
that didn't even fit. It's like, all right, I'll just wear it. Like, who really cares? It becomes a thing.
Why is that even a discussion?
But
That's
no, you're
insane.
right. So like, or my rings. I've always worn these rings, except for the one that I just recently had for Charlie's Medal of Freedom.
Except for the one like that I recently bought. It was like $728,000. And I figured, what the hell? It's going to help me when I got to crack a bitch in the mouth. It's good to have a full set of rings when I want to crack a bitch in the mouth. Soon as I see Candace next, bro, she's going to have a big old C on her face. I'm going to punch her. It's going to be imprinted. That's why she wears them rings, allegedly, in my opinion, because she wants to fight a bitch. She wants to smack a bitch. She's going to smack Candace next time she sees her, I bet. She's loading up on rings.
They represent my babies.
Get
It's
out
like,
of here, girl.
I don't need to walk around explaining myself of
Yes, you do.
of who I am. And
Absolutely, yes, you do. You sure do. When you wanted to become a CEO and be a public figure, yes, the fuck you do.
and all of that. Maybe I should. Maybe that's something that like a PR person would say, like, yeah, you need to go on a speaking engagement. But you know what's so interesting is people would say, when Charlie passed, I hate saying when Charlie passed, he didn't. He was murdered. When he was murdered.
Oh, you're actually going to say it.
I
I thought
never
you
went-
said he was on a dude, like he was having a dude day with Jesus. It's a bro day. Now he's murdered. Now she's going to say it.
Went on shows to talk about myself at all, actually. And that's why
Yeah.
really everyone wrote my story before I could even tell the correct version. But I
Bitch,
went
please, you don't know
and
the
honored my
version.
husband with all of his obligations that he had set. And I wanted to honor him in that way. And, everyone will scrutinize and analyze, and they'll do all of that stuff until they're actually in the position of that person. And it's so easy to analyze someone when you really don't even know them or understand them. But those that really understand and know God and Christ, like, they get it. And
Oh, shit. Did this bitch just really go there? Did she just really say that? This bitch really said that. If you know God and you know the Lord and you're a good Christian, then you understand me. Otherwise, I mean, I guess we're supposed to read the context of that, right? We all must be evil. We all must not understand the Lord because we don't understand Erika. Like, bitch, you're not the fucking Lord, okay? Nobody worships you, so quit it. It's ridiculous. I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to hear her talk about this video. But this is insulting. This is rude as hell and insulting as hell. Like, no. We don't understand you because you're weird as hell. We have every single right to call you out on everything you do. If you want to keep putting your face across my timeline and you want to keep asking our kids out here for money, then bitch, yes, we do have every right to ask you questions, call you out, make fun of you, pick on you, and everything else. And if you don't want to answer shit, the worse it's going to get. Do you not know how the internet works? Do you really not realize by now? I love how they want to be public figures so bad. She tried a million things to be popular and in the public eye. She tried all this stuff, right? She was a country music star. She was a video vixen, AKA a video skank. She did the whole thing with, trying to be a model, trying to be a social media influencer, trying this, trying that, doing the CIA videos, training videos, like this. The Miss America, what was she? Miss Arizona, Miss America, Miss USA, Miss fucking World, whatever. And she tried all of this stuff to get into the public eye. The only thing she could do to get into the public eye was to steal it from Charlie Kirk, allegedly, in my opinion. Charlie was in the public eye. Charlie was beloved by the public, even though he said some really rude stuff sometimes, and he was annoying. And the shit he said, some of the stuff he said, I don't believe in for a second. But you know what? He stood out there 10 toes down and put his name behind everything he said. And that I got to respect that. Blake Neff wouldn't do it, right? No. Blake Neff went and did it all anonymously online behind a keyboard because he's a wussy. Not Charlie, though. Charlie stood in it. Charlie stood in face to face, right? She can't do it. She wants to cry and whine and get the public to feel bad for her because people don't like, bitch, you fought to be a public figure and now you don't like what the public thinks of you. That's what happens when you become a public figure. You're going to hear all of it. You're going to hear a whole bunch of shit that people don't like. And yeah, and the fact that she's got all these weird pastors and priests and perverts surrounding her, that doesn't help her case at all either. And people have every right to ask these questions when you're running one of the largest nonprofit organizations in the world and people are finding weird shit in the finances and your husband literally ordered an audit a review the week before he died. And now you think you're just going to step up to the plate and we're not going to be questioning anything you do? You know what? People would have questioned anybody that went into that position. If Blake Neff, let's just say for a moment, it went to Mikey McCoy. Let's say for a moment, it went to Andrew Colvett. Let's say for a moment, it went to Blake Neff. Do you think the public wouldn't be hammering them with questions and making fun of everything they do? The internet's a brutal fucking place. I'm sorry. It's horrible and brutal. And you should realize that before you decided to come out here and honor your husband's, which, I mean, whatever. If she would, I would even respect her, guys, if she came out and was like, look, I don't give a fuck what you say Charlie said a woman should do. I don't believe that shit no more. And I'm going to honor my husband the way I feel like honor my husband. So fuck all of you. I would respect that because at least she would be coming out here and saying it. But she acts like she's honoring him in the way he wanted, and they want to change everything he said around to fit what she's bringing to us instead of just standing on it. Like, come on, I'm going to tell you what, if something happened to my husband, I'll do whatever the hell I want to do to honor my husband, period. And you can all eat a bag of dicks as far as I'm concerned. If this whole public hated me because I did whatever I wanted to do to honor my own dead husband, you're out your mind. But I would stand on it. And people respect that. People would respect her for that. They'd be like, okay, bitch, do you. Okay, whatever. But they change everything. It's annoying. Yeah, she would just say, this is what it is. You know? This is what it is. This is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, F off. Yes, exactly. But don't freaking gaslight us and change around everything. Charlie Kirk, literally, he lived his life the same way he spoke about living his life. He said, this is what the women should be doing. This is what the husband should be doing. And that is how they lived for years. So don't come around now and tell us, no, that's not actually what he wanted. It's not actually it. Not at all. He wanted this, this, and this, and this. Like, you mean to tell me my husband had a multi-million-dollar organization? I'm not taking that shit over if something happens to him? Yes, the fuck I am. I'm taking every dollar of that and I'm taking over. And I don't care who likes it. That's my man. That's my shit. Like, you're kidding me. But she's got to come out here and change everything around. People don't respect it. It's sneaky. It's suspicious. It's weird. People don't like it. And this is the problem. And instead of her taking accountability for the fact that, hey, look, I don't like what the public's saying about me right now. I don't like this. I don't like it. I wish people would love me, but they don't. She's blaming us for not getting her. We don't get her. No, bitch, we don't get you because we would stand on our business and you don't.
Well,
I don't have to explain myself. I mean,
Yes,
all
you
that
do.
matters is when I come home, my baby's running into my arms. That is like the most precious thing. And
And like, but when do you come home though? Because like, aren't you out here 300 days a year doing shit? Aren't you out here like being the boss bitch, CEO boss bitch, and you ain't got no time for them kids? I honestly thought that Charlie's dog took the kids and is raising the kids somewhere in the woods. You know, like wolves. I thought they were like wolf children now. The dog disappeared, the kid disappeared, allegedly. I just figured the dog hauled the kids off and they're being raised by the dog out in the woods somewhere. That's what I think. No, she's talking about when she goes home to see her kids. When? Girl, when?
You know, it's so interesting too is Charlie and I, like, you know this, there was no separation between us, between anything. I mean,
Yeah, that's
he's my best friend and
Bitch. Am I crazy or was he gone 300 and some days a year? What you mean no separation? What are you talking about? That's separation to me. Okay? If my husband was gone 300 and some days a year, that's a little it probably would be that close. Okay? If you're not living with your husband the whole year, I don't know that that's like closeness, girl. I don't think so. I disagree there. Biatch.
love him so much. And, you know, even too, all this drama on the internet of people claiming that the video that I had in my YWLS intro was AI. And it's like, first of all, I would never,
What?
that's just sick to even think that someone would even make a fake AI version of your husband. But aside from that, like, full disclosure, obviously that video is not fake, but the interesting thing about all of this is Charlie and I were so in tune with each other. And so when people say, you know, why are you doing this? You know, why are you? And it's like, Charlie and I had these conversations. Like, I mean, you know this. You were a part of that, Pastor James. Charlie and I had conversations about all of this all throughout our life. And like death threats and all this was never anything new to us. I mean, I had rape threats and death threats. The kids had kidnapping threats. I mean, we've always had threats. And so whenever you lose someone or you go through immense grief, you have a choice to either turn that grief into purpose or let that grief absolutely consume you to the point where you are worth nothing to anybody. And, you know, you, like you mentioned earlier to the young lady who asked about, you know, feeling it when she's 35, if she can't find another husband or whatever, having more kids, like you have to be constantly in a position of thanking God for what you do have left. And when it comes to all of this, like being a part of Turning Point is an extension of my husband. Like that's a piece of him that's still here. That's how my babies will know their father. And
What in the hell is that? This is what I mean. There wasn't no closeness, allegedly, in my opinion, because the last thing that my babies would know of their father would not be Turning Point USA. Okay? Not at all. I almost feel like she didn't really know him that good at all because he was gone all the time. I really think that's how she got away with being this sly, whatever the hell she is. And he stayed with her and thought she was this Christian, whatever, because she didn't have to put that act on very often, right? If he was out here doing his thing and he wasn't home a lot, when he was home, she could put that act on, right? And I'm going to show you a piece of a video in a little bit and show you exactly what I mean about how she acted with Charlie. I really feel like I think I've figured that part out. And so, yeah, she kept him distracted when he was home and this, that, and the next, but I don't think she knew him that well. Only from what his public persona was, like the rest of us see when we watch him, right? And maybe I'm sure she was close with him at some point. That's why they got together and got married and whatever, newlyweds and things like that. But like at this point in time, her sitting here and saying that she wants to keep that whole Turning Point thing because that's how the babies are going to know their father. That's weird. Oh, sorry. That's how the babies are going to know their father. That's weird to me, in my opinion, allegedly. Because why would that even be a part of what you think of that you're going to share with your children about their dad? Like, I get like saying like he was a great leader and he, you know, led this movement and people really respected him and showing them that part. But like to say like that Turning Point USA is going to be the thing that does it, it's weird to me. I don't like that. I don't like it.
And you know this, Pastor James, like, thank God. I'm so grateful that Charlie included me in everything because when all of this happened and the board made their decision and all that, there was no learning curve. I wasn't sitting in a meeting being like, what's a chapter? What's the national field program? Like, who runs our events? Like, what is an event? I didn't have to answer. I knew all of that.
Because you built it together.
I could walk into a room and say people hi by their first name. Like I did.
Bitch, no. You literally just said you had your kids running around with the help over at Turning Point and you had to go get to know their names. So you're a liar. She's lying again. Do you hear this? I mean, sorry, the fluid truth. Sorry, I should just accept this, right? Because this is the new truth. The old truth was the kids were watching, the employees were watching the kids, there was like, they were fucking running around the building. And when she had to leave, she'd be like, Susie, send the kids in. I don't know, whatever their names are. Send them in here. The little one, that little girl running around. That's my daughter. Get her in here. We're leaving. And she's like, I'm going to learn all their names. I'm going to learn all their names of everybody who's here. I'm going to like get to know them. And people were in an uproar because they were like, bitch, how are you going to let your kids run around with people in the building and you don't even know their names? Because that's not what a mother would do. Oh, hell no. I wouldn't even let my kid run around with people I did know their name, even if I knew them pretty good. My kid never went anywhere with anybody. Bitch, I don't know you. You're not coming anywhere near my babies. My babies. But not Erika, dude. Now she's saying she like knows everything. She knew everything. Listen, I honestly feel like, wouldn't Charlie have made her a CEO too? I don't know how that works, but in my opinion, can't there be more than one CEOs? Like I'm asking, isn't that a thing? There can be more than one. Why wouldn't he have made her a CEO and been like, yeah, she's running shit with me. Get used to it. Because if something ever happens to me, she's going to do it too. Like we're both here. We're running shit. If he wanted her to be a part of that, I feel like he would have done that. He would have put her in the CEO training program and had her in it to win it. And she would know the names and she would know all the shit she's saying she knows here. Because she would have been up there right there with him. And he would have shown it by making her a CEO to make people have some respect for his wife. You know what I'm saying? That would immediately make people respect her. If he did it while he was alive and he was like, nah, she's running shit too. And you're going to listen to everything she says because that's my wife. And that's how it is. He didn't do that. He didn't even write it in his will. He didn't write it in his corporate will. He didn't write it down anywhere, but we're supposed to believe the one time he said it, they're like, yes, we got him to say it. It's like, bitch, come on. He lived his whole life in a different way. Now you're trying to tell us this whole thing. It's just annoying. Like I said, if she would have just came out and said, this is what's up. And if you don't like it, you can all eat a bag of dicks because I'm going to do what I want. It's my husband's company. I'm taking it now. It's mine. I'll do whatever the hell I want. Shit's going to be different. Just be honest with people. This whole thing is so annoying watching her come on. This is why people don't like you, girl, because all you do is make new shit up and just can talk. You don't even, you make no sense half the time. This is ridiculous.
You didn't have to learn the ins and outs of everything. And so it's like when you have that moment where you're watching your loved one build something and you're alongside them for those moments of building, anyone who has a spouse that's an entrepreneur knows this. You, even with Nicole, know this. When you're building something and your spouse is along with you for that ride, you're their vault and their confidant. They're asking you like, hey, I had this phone call today.
No, he ain't asking you shit. No. I don't believe that for a second. No. And if you are talking, no. I could see being the vault and him coming home and being like, yo, Blake Neff, I hired that dude, but he is a moron, dude. I could see him coming home and like complaining about that. You guys know, because that's what happens after work. Your spouse comes home and he's like telling you all about all the assholes he works with and how annoying everybody is and the stuff that makes him mad and the stuff that, maybe he had a bad day or whatever. Or he tells you all the good stuff and all the people that he likes or whatever. But you share that type of thing, the gossipy type of stuff. But he ain't on the phone and then calling her like, babe, should I do this and this? Should I order that, should I order that, not audit, the review? Should I order that Doge review? I'm going to wait and see what Erika says. No, I don't believe that for a second. He's out there telling you how bad Blake smells. He's like, dude, we need to get for the next company retreat, we got to try to have Blake lose his virginity because it's getting to be too much and he smells like feet all the time. Because he lives with his mom. Like, we got to help him out. Babe, you got any friends we could hook him up with? That might have been a phone call. That's something I would believe. That I could believe. I believe that. I don't know if I believe this shit.
What do you think about this? Or, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think about that? And it's like, I had that even too with Charlie with Proclaim. I would ask him, like, what do you think of this design? And
That's because you're stupid and you probably needed his advice. I mean, you're not going to go, of course, you're going to go to the smartest person in the room. Of course, you're going to go to the smartest person in the room to get the help you need with your business. That doesn't surprise me at all. I would too. If my husband was smart like Charlie, business minded like Charlie, could create an entire nonprofit like this, like the monster and beast turning point is, hell yeah, I'd be seeking his advice. But I really don't think that he's calling your ass to ask you anything about anything important when you're home taking care of the babies. Not at all. Might be asking you, like, how do you tell somebody they smell like feet without insulting them? Maybe he's asking you some tips about that. I doubt he's asking you about what he should do for his company.
he'd be like, I'm not into fashion. I was like, I know. And that's why I love asking you your opinion, because, I genuinely love your input. I genuinely appreciate your outside perspective, because you're not in the echo chamber of what I'm going through with tech packs. So,
okay. Anybody believe this? Anybody believe this for a second? She gave Charlie a call to ask him his advice on fashion. She's like, Charlie, you think this outfit's cute? Think we should run this on the spring line? Girl, you're just talking. Because that's dumb. Why would anybody ask Charlie any of that stuff? We heard from Candace just how unfashionable he was, where he wasn't even tailoring his suits and things like that. And he was like out here looking a mess all the time. Exactly, honeybee, exactly. Candace told us all that. Now you want us to believe you were calling Charlie to go, I want to see your advice on the spring line. Is this cute? Because, like, Charlie knows. Like, are these heels cute? Charlie would know. Like, bitch, no, he wouldn't.
like, I love that. And that's what's so special about building with your spouse, is that when you have that healthy, beautiful marriage, there's no daylight that separates that dream in their heart and
So true.
and you building alongside them.
Do you
It's so
hear that? There's no daylight that separates them building that dream in their heart and you beside them. What the does that mean? This is the shit I'm talking about. This is wackadoo, bro. Wackadoo. What? There's no daylight in there. What? You weirdo. Oh my gosh. You're so weird. And like I said, you guys are saying in the comment section, she didn't help build this shit with him, did she? She wasn't there with him building, was she? I could have sworn he built this whole thing without her ass. And now she's like, yeah, we built this together, me and Charlie. He picked out the outfits and I was picking out the entrepreneurs. I just can't. Yeah, exactly. That whole thing where she was like, I said, wish I had more time to look at myself in the mirror. I remember that. He built that himself. Exactly. That's what I thought. But now she's like, no, there was like no daylight between his butt cheeks and my face. And like, building his CEO with our baby. Girl,
it's so beautiful, and
it's so beautiful.
it's just so special, and I feel honored and blessed that I can
We know you do, girl. We watched the Zoom call. We saw how honored and blessed you felt the day he died. We saw that.
be a part of the team that Charlie single-handedly picked. And
Didn't you just say he called you for this kind of stuff? What do you mean he single-handedly picked these people? You just literally said he called you for all these decisions. And now, like, see what I mean? She can't even keep her story straight in the same sentence. And now she's trying to get us to believe that Charlie single-handedly picked all these corrupt assholes, which I truly think that he probably did. Okay. I truly think he probably did. But when you're trying to, when you're trying to seduce somebody or when you're trying to trick somebody, like, these abusers are very tricky. Okay. It starts out small where you just don't know it's happening, really tiny. And then once you get used to that tiny thing, they do another little tiny thing. And it's weird, and then you get used to it, and then they do another tiny thing. And it's weird, and you get used. So imagine, I mean, Candace said that they had handlers. Her and Charlie had some handlers for years, right? And imagine they discovered these handlers. But imagine how many handlers they had that they never discovered they had. I mean, if Charlie was this boy genius and, all the things they say he was, he probably had some people that were pretty close to him from when he was young. that he probably trusted with his life. And even when there were people that maybe he thought could potentially be a little shady, he would still go back to those original people that had been in his life for so long. I honestly think that it was one of those people that he went to and told all this information about how he now felt and the things he was going to do in the future. And that's what got him unalived. I really, truly think that's what it was. I think he went to one of his trusted people. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't leave one of those, like packets for them. If something happens to me, open this, and read it and do this and instructions on what to do. And I bet you he gave it to the wrong person. There might even be one out there and they probably destroyed it. But I just imagine he probably had handlers from the time he was young. And I imagine that if he didn't know that they were handlers, of course, as he's building his company and somebody that's super trusted says, yeah, I got this person, you could trust them. They bring them in. Then they're there, they bring in another. I mean, I could see them literally planting all these people on the chessboard all around Charlie. And he probably never, ever knew it. Yeah, he might have single-handedly picked all those people, but I'm sure he was probably guided by somebody he highly trusted. He probably highly trusted that person. And then he grew to trust the people around him. The same people that are now trying to twist all of his words. They're trying to twist all of his words to make us think that, he thought other things. And, I watched Baron Coleman's, Friday's episode, where he was looking at their advertisements on Meta. And right before the WAR, how they were starting to push that propaganda out there. Right before it. So strange to me. Like, how did they know that was going to happen? And then the month leading up to Charlie's unaliving, the amount of merch advertisements they did was out of this world. Talk about preparing to sell merch. Okay. Weird. Oh, Great Idea says, love your show. Oh, thank you. Baron brought me to you. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. I love Baron. He's one of my favorites of all time. I just absolutely love him. But yeah, that's strange. What he discovered really hit. That was like wild. Okay. And I couldn't believe it's right there. It's right. Like all those trails are there. The public can find them. And yet it's not being looked into at all. It's like, no, not at all. We got that court case coming up. The Tyler Robinson case is coming up. I will be live for that every single day, that whole thing. I'm going live for that as much as I can at the very least, but I will try to do it every single day because I'm very interested in seeing what comes of that. I don't think they have much evidence on that kid, like true evidence. I really don't. He can say back in Texas, he can't say WAR. Yeah, there's certain things you just can't say, Dunwood. You're not allowed to say some things. I mean, you're allowed, but, then you get bots, then you get advertisements, then you get like, they take away some of your advertisers and things like that. But yeah, you can say bag of dicks as long as it's like not the first couple minutes. If you'll notice, I try to always block out any type of swears from the very beginning. Very strange. Yeah, Kelly, it was very, let me see if I could actually find it because it was really good. It was really good. Let's see. It was creepy as hell. Let's just say that. Okay. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Let's see. I have it right at the part I need to. Right here.
Because people wanted to click on the Charlie Kirk content. So let's look at after Charlie Kirk dies. Weird that the week before he died, they focused a lot of money on merch sales. Like they were gearing up for merch. You even got that crazy music in the background. This one aged poorly. This one aged really, 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 really poorly. This is going back in time to 2024. You'll remember at the time Joe Biden was president. And so they had to get out there and trash Joe Biden. This turning point action here. Reminder, Biden knows he has no authority to force us into a military conflict. This is when Charlie Kirk was alive. This is when Charlie Kirk was alive. Joe Biden is saying, let's be clear, Donald Trump does not have the authority to take us to war with Iran without congressional approval. A president should never take this nation to war without the informed consent of the American people. And TPUSA says, yeah, we agree with you. Because at the time, Charlie Kirk did not want the United States going to war with Iran.
No, that's strange.
What he's saying is, I don't believe Congress would vote to send us to war with Iran. I don't believe the American people want war with Iran. And so we are reminding Biden, you can't do this. This is a limitation. They were trying to, Charlie Kirk was paying for advertising to stop the United States president from going to war with Iran without congressional approval.
Isn't that weird? It's not weird, but they said they don't know what Charlie's stance on the war would be. They don't know. They're out here saying totally different things now, but it's clear as day, right? When he's saying this type of thing, he actually paid to make sure people saw this message.
That was before he died.
Yep.
That was before he died. That's a very poorly aged ad for TPUSA. They should run it again. If they had any stones, if they really wanted to honor Charlie Kirk's legacy, they would run this ad again.
Baron, they don't have no stones. Quit talking crazy. Of course they don't have any. None.
But they don't.
No, they don't.
Because they're just political hacks
Ooh.
who are pissing on the memory of their founder.
Mm-hmm. Slay, Baron.
So how much have they spent on these Facebook ads? Here's a total spend. This is just TPUSA.
I want to
Of
see
the last 7
merch.
years
Here he comes.
on Facebook.
Yeah, he's going to tell us.
This is
some
not
merch.
TPUSA Faith. This isn't
Shit's
TPUSA Events.
crazy.
This isn't TPUSA Action. They've spent almost $5 million on these Facebook ads over the last 5 years. Give or take. Give or take.
That's insane.
That's a high cost of manipulating social media.
Mhm.
Now let's just look real quickly at the spend before Charlie Kirk died and the spend after he died.
This is why.
Because we can limit that by
Baron's the shit.
year. I mean, by a year. So it's been 9 months today since Charlie Kirk passed. So let's look at the 9 months before Charlie Kirk died. We have all these ads here.
He stumbled.
And if you click on the
this one.
details, you can see they're getting 15,000 impressions for $300. 15,000 impressions for $300. You can go to some specific, I don't know if I shared that or not. If I didn't share that, I apologize. I'm sharing it now. You can go to specific advertisements. You can look at the types of advertisements they were doing. They were selling a lot of t-shirts,
This is crazy.
a lot of t-shirt ads,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of t-shirt ads. Wow, they sell a lot of merch. Holy mackerel, they sell a lot of merch.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of merch sales for TPUSA before Charlie Kirk died.
Not
This
weird
is
at
all
all.
in the week leading up to him dying, by the way, from September 5 to 7, September 5 to 10.
That's crazy.
Almost as well. I don't want to read too much into it, but you know, this is very handy if you're gearing up to sell a lot of merch the next week.
Yeah, sure is.
A lot of very handy ads if you want to sell this. I mean, the week before he died, I've just look at all this merch sale, all these merch ads.
That's sick.
The week before he dies, look how many merch ads they run.
They are sickening, dude. Allegedly.
This is the month before he dies. Now you're getting into some of the actual content. So let's just look at an example, an ad that ran. I had no idea what this is going to show. Charlie Kirk, we click the summary details. They spent about 2,000 to reach 700,000 people, 7,000 to reach more than a million people.
So he sums this up pretty nicely because he says that they spent about $4,000 for a Charlie Kirk speaking gig, right? They would put an ad up on Facebook, $4,000, he'd get like 350,000 impressions or 35,000. It wasn't that many. I can't remember precisely. It's in here somewhere. Go check out Baron's full video. There is a link to it in my one video, but just go to Baron. You'll see it right there. But anyways, then Erika, that thing that they canceled with the VP, remember that one where she was getting threats and she was like so scared for her life? She was like, I had to leave. Like, the Secret Service cannot keep me safe. I'm Erika Kirk. Well, they spent like, it was close, like, I think he said 70 grand to promote that, and nobody showed up. They're spending so much money to push Erika Kirk down everybody's throat, and nobody's buying it. They don't want it. They don't like her. $4,000 for Charlie, $70,000 for Erika. Charlie packed every place he went. Erika is crickets. It's crickets. Okay, it's crickets. These people don't really care for her. I just found it funny that Barron stumbles on all these merch sales leading up to Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Or I should say Charlie Kirk's bro date with Jesus, right? Because that's what they're saying. Like, he went to go hang out with Jesus for like a little while.
Well, this is what I learned.
Honor. It's an honor because my babies get to see what their father built.
Amen.
And they get to see and be a part of that legacy. And one day my kids will be running through these offices in a way where they're in leadership positions. And that'll be a special full circle moment. But
And they're going to kick you out and put you in a home.
Titles and all
Like,
that.
bitch, they're going to throw you in an old folks home. You better hope. You better hope. Like, she don't realize she's going to get old. We all get old. This shady stuff that she's up to, these kids will see all of this. They're going to see it all. They're going to deem you nuts, put you in a conservatorship, and take over your position. In my opinion, allegedly. Why do I hate when she talks about her kids? My skin crawls. Agreed. It just doesn't hit. Just doesn't hit right. It's weird. Because I'm going to tell you, like I said earlier, these kids were robbed of a father. And a mother would be pissed. A mother would be pissed. I can't even begin to tell you how angry and evil I would be if somebody came and took my baby stuff from my baby, like a whole dad for my babies, from my baby. Jesus, I forgive them.
This is
Well, I mean, this is what I've learned. Yeah, and this is what I've learned, and I think everybody should take heed to this. It's really, really important. I've learned
She
that
hates when he talks. Look at her face. She's like, can I finish one fucking sentence? Look how mad she is, bro.
people who have never moved a needle a day in their life spend more time tearing down than they ever would building because they don't know what building looks like.
Right. It's so easy to tear down. It is so easy to tear down. It's very hard to build and build something that's lasting.
How would you know, bitch? You didn't build shit. You took it from your dead husband. This pisses me off. This makes me so mad. It's so hard to build. It's like super hard to build. Bitch, you don't know. How do you know? Maybe because you watched your husband build, but you didn't build shit. You took it. Don't get it twisted. And that's another thing. Just admit it. You took it. You didn't build it. You took it. Just come out and say it. People don't respect her because she doesn't stand on anything.
It relates to a biblical characteristic.
Oh, here we
Those
go.
who are far from God destroy. Those who are close to God build. And this recent obsession with the AI video that I've been seeing, it goes to speak very clearly to that precedent. Why
He's like, the recent obsession with that AI video you guys did. Nobody caught that one. She's sitting back there. Yep.
I saw someone on video recently talking about this, and I'm thinking in my mind, why are you so obsessed with it? And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, you're obsessed with it because you've never spent a day in your life moving a needle. You don't understand what that looks like. So now all of a sudden you become a subject matter expert in the facts that relate to this, and you with confidence make these assertions. All you're doing is tearing down. You don't build, you destroy. And I think that is.
Hey guys, I got a question for you. Why does he keep doing this? Why does he keep doing this? What is he doing? It's weird. I don't like it. It's weird as hell. Okay. And just because someone's discussing a video that happens to be highly controversial at the moment, okay, you've got your own people over at Turning Point USA out here coming in like, psych, we're just fucking with every single one of you guys. Just kidding. People are going to talk about it, okay? It's going to be discussed. It's not an obsession. People aren't obsessed with it. I wish they would quit saying it like Anybody who's interested in finding out the truth about this dumbass video, they're now calling it like people are obsessed. Like, how about this? Fuck all the way off, Pastor, whatever you are, whatever your name is, all the way off. Okay. It's ridiculous. They are such gaslighters. It's ridiculous. They're so obsessed with this video. It's like, they're just so obsessed. It's like obsession. Just like drop the obsession. You haven't built anything. Like, you don't know anything about the people who are looking at this to say they haven't built anything. Like, how the hell do you know what people are out here building? You're too worried about Erika Kirk. Unreal.
Is deeply, deeply demonic.
Yeah.
And I just see it. I see it so much. I mean, how many of these guys do we see that, locked up in their basements? They've never done anything admirable. They don't know what it's like to put their neck on the line for another life.
Why is he out here getting on Blake Neff so bad now? You need to calm down, sir. Blake didn't do nothing to you. Why is he talking about Blake? Living in the mom's basement and stuff.
They don't know what it's like to do the beautiful thing, to pursue marriage and to seek out children and to live the life that God calls them to. They don't know what it means to live in a lifestyle of nobility. But when they see an opportunity to prey on somebody who's vulnerable, oh, there it is. It's their moment to become popular, and then they build audiences of people who are just.
You know what? I bet you any money Charlie liked this guy. I bet you any money like Charlie kind of was friendly with him and probably liked him a little bit, and put up with him and dealt with him. And I have a feeling that Erika doesn't like him at all. He seems like he just wants to kiss her ass. This pastor is like kissing her ass so bad, allegedly, in my opinion. It's everything that she wants to hear, he's trying to say. It's like he thinks she wants to hear all this stuff, so he's trying to say it, like bringing up that note from my sister wrote this note. And she was like, Erika is so beautiful and so sweet and special. And we love her so much. Like all 88 of us love her so very much. She's so blessed. I'm going to bless Erika. I'm going to pray for her. Let's bless her. Like he's bringing this shit up, trying to kiss her ass. It's like trying to kiss her ass. It's weird. It's weird. I guarantee she doesn't like this dude. She's annoyed as hell by this dude. That's why she keeps turning herself off the camera, or whoever's controlling this keeps flicking her off there. Because they're like, she's ready to punch this guy in the face with her rings.
Like completely gone.
She wanted to end this 10 minutes ago, remember? She was like, thanks for being here, Pastor. We'll see you later. And he's like, hang on, Erika. I want to tell you just how great you are. And she's like, well, I'll let you talk about how great I am for like another few minutes, but that's all. This is like another few minutes.
It creates poison. And this is the worst part about bitterness. When you get jealous and when you get bitter, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't work. And I mean, everything that God has blessed you with is apparent. It's obvious. That's why the devil hates it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's that like these people, they can try with their words or whatever else they want.
You don't like it. You're so mad about it. I love it. I love seeing how mad she is, even though she says she's not. Like you can see it all over her face. She hates it. She thinks she demands that we respect her. And she thinks like, how could we not love her? She's fucking amazing. And those of us who don't, it's because we don't understand her. We just don't understand a complex person like her. We're so stupid and we're so ridiculous and we're demonic, in case you forgot.
To get either a reaction or to hurt me. But I have survived the worst day of my life.
Yeah. Yep. Amen.
And anything that anyone does on this earth pales in comparison to that moment that I had to.
Then why are you so butthurt every single day? Why do you bring this up continuously? Why don't you go the hell home and just give the entire world some breathing room? She's like that ex that won't fucking go away. You're like, look, I just need some space. I need you to stop calling me for like a day. And they just can't. They text you 40,000 times and you're like, oh my gosh, if this text buzzes one more time, I'm going to throw my phone across the room and there it goes, ding. Why can't he just leave me alone? Or why can't she just leave me alone for 10 minutes? Like, nope, ding, ding, ding. The messages keep popping in. That's her on her algorithm. She's everywhere. She's literally everywhere. I was offline for 2 days and I came back and the first thing you see is Erika making another appearance somewhere. crying, making shit about her. I mean, that lady's question, she just said a question and they literally turned it to Erika, and poor Erika, I don't even think they answered that poor woman. This whole thing got turned into poor Erika. And it's like again and again and again, she's in our fucking faces. And then she's mad because we don't like what she's doing in our faces. If you're going to continue to put your face in front of my algorithm, I'm allowed to talk about you. You're a public figure. It would be different if you were just a normal, everyday person, but you're not. You're in the public. You keep forcing yourself down everybody's throats. And every time you come out here, you tell us a story and it's different from the story you told us yesterday. And then now it's like every other day is a poor me, Erika moment. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Like, no, bitch, not poor you, poor us, because we got to keep fucking dealing with you. Go away for a little while, take a break, and go take the kids on vacation. Do you know it would be people would actually, like I said, if she would just come out and stand on her business, people would respect that. They might hate her, they'd respect her. I know I would. I'd respect the hell out of her. She come out and is like, no, this is what I'm doing. I don't give a shit what any of you guys say, because I don't care. How about that? Like, I'm taking over my husband's shit, and that's all there is to it. And yeah, I'm doing shit different because I didn't like half the shit he said because he was a jerk about this and this and this, and I didn't believe in that. Or if I did when I was with him, I no longer believe it now that he's gone. Just stand on what you say. Stand on it, put your name behind it, stand on it, and just live in your truth, And people would respect it if she would say, you know what, I'm taking some time with my kids, and I'll be back when I'm back. Like, I want to make sure my kids' mental health is in check. That's the first priority. And then I'll come back and run this shit show. Have somebody else come in, do it for a little while she goes and takes care of her kids. It's rude. It's crazy. It's crazy that she just, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy. And then that video, it's like they just want to keep trying to convince us this is what Charlie would have wanted. At the end of the day, who cares if that's what he would have wanted? He's gone now. And she's in charge. And she can do whatever the hell she wants, right? Because it's her shit. And instead of just coming out here and saying that, she just wants to play around. And she got the whole team. Whoever. I don't even know who's in charge of that shit show. But somebody, I guess it's her because she's the CEO. She's got that whole team out there making up stories, and it's annoying. It's so annoying. Like, I don't understand. What's the big deal about her going home for a while? Literally, why can't she? What is she that obsessed with being famous and like being beloved? Is she that obsessed with it? Because that's an obsession. You can still run it in a year. You can still run it in 6 months from now. Just go home for a while and give us all some breathing room to miss you. We can't even miss you because you're never gone for long. Thank you, Chloe. She is hard to watch. That's why I keep interrupting. I swear. I know how we can't watch for too long or we get like our skin crawls off our body. So we have to keep taking a break. And it's like a palate cleanser. I have a kitty palate cleanser, puppies and kitties for us too when we're done with this witch. But yeah, it's like, just go away for a little bit. It's cool. Trust me, we'll remember who you are, girl. We'll remember you in 6 months if you pop back out. Like, bitch, I'm here now. I'm switching shit around. I'm gonna run it. I'm do this. And you're gonna respect it because I'm the boss now. And that's just how it is. I don't care if Charlie wanted it or not. He's gone. And this is how I choose to honor my husband. And that's all there is to it. Now, shut up. It's like, run it down for us. Tell us what's up. She can't give us a break. She can't get off her algorithm. And then it's like almost like it is an obsession because she just can't quit. She needs another hit. She got to get out here and get on stage again. She needs more. She needs more. She needs more. She needs more. And it's super weird. It's just like, it's enough, girl. It's enough. Calm down. And the more they tried to alter Charlie's past and everything that Charlie said, and we're supposed to watch his life and the way he lived his life for all those years. And suddenly we're supposed to say, oh, no, he was just, that was just for show, guys. He was kidding. He didn't really think that. Like, he wanted Erika to like step into that position. She come out and she admitted already that she had so many unaliving threats and R-word threats and all these threats against her and threats against her, little ones, her babies, and all that stuff. And in the same sense, then she's like, yes, Charlie would have wanted me to do this. Especially now that my protector, my husband, my protector is gone. He would definitely want me in the front line. Now that we don't have the dog anymore to even protect me, yes, he would want me in the front. He'd want me out front, right here. Like, it's crazy. And what makes me absolutely question everything, I just saw a video over on X again, and it's like the side where Charlie was sitting there speaking. He's under his tent. We've got Frank Turk and all them guys making rounds around him, acting all weird and shady and whatever. But Charlie's literally up on this huge pedestal above the table. Nobody sits like that. It's weird. And he never sat like that before. In all his other speeches, he was never up that high. And then suddenly you want us to believe you guys put him up on this pedestal this day. And that was just a coinky dink. Like, come on. It's so annoying. It's like, act mad. Even if you're not mad for yourself because you don't care that Charlie's gone, because maybe you didn't agree with things, and you could see it in some of these past performances and speeches they did together. She didn't believe in a lot of the same things as him. I feel, allegedly, like she said things she thinks he wanted to hear. I don't necessarily think that those are the things that she believed herself. I think she would watch for cues and she would say the things she knew somebody like Charlie would want to hear. And I think we can all pretty much tell that was like kind of performative. And the real things inside of her, it wasn't with the same things Charlie believed in. It was different. And now that he's gone, if she's happy that he's gone, so be it. Maybe maybe deep down they were continuously arguing. Maybe at the end there, like everybody's suspecting, they had to get a priest to come and pray over their marriage, and still nothing was working out. He had his wedding ring off the night before. He slept in his kids' room, for goodness sakes. He just got back from a trip. How many weeks was he gone? This is a young couple. How long was he gone on that trip? And the first thing he came home to, you think he wanted to sleep in his kids' room? You know what he wanted? He was getting some what that night. He missed his wife and he's back. He's got this beautiful young wife. You mean to tell me he wasn't trying to get some that night? No, he went and slept in his daughter's room. That makes perfect sense. Like, none of it, right? They say all this to say, maybe they were having problems. Maybe they didn't like each other as much as they, put out and displayed in public. And maybe they were on the outs. Maybe she was happy he's gone. I feel like she definitely is happy that he's gone, in my opinion. I think that's pretty clear. And that doesn't necessarily mean she had a thing to do with anything that happened to him. Two things may have nothing to do with each other at all. Something could have happened to him and she could still be happy he's gone. But for God's sakes, they robbed your babies of their daddy. And that would send me through the roof. Like, how dare anybody think they're going to come and do something to my kids? Are you kidding me? Do you think so? You think that's going to fly? And she's cool with it. That's what makes me so weirded out by her. A mother would not be that calm when somebody just robbed your kids of their dad, who happened to be brilliant and loved them kids so much. There's so much those kids could have learned from him. They were truly robbed. Those kids were truly robbed, and it's a shame. And to me, it's like that doesn't even cross her mind. And that's one of the first things that would cross my mind before I'd even grieve for myself. I would be in outrage. How dare you take from my babies? She goes on about her being, well, there you go. How dare you take from my babies? And that she doesn't say a word about it. She doesn't fucking utter a word about that. It's strange to me. Let me look up this summit because I want to show you just how I feel like this is how she was. And I can't get this out of my mind now that I saw it. And I want to share it with you guys. This was is this the one where she's sitting with Charlie? She makes a whole entire speech of her own here. It's crazy. But I want to see the one where she's sitting with Charlie. I had it. Let me get the link off my desktop. Because I saved it. I wanted to show you guys a part of this that was very crazy and weird to me. I was like, this is kind of weird. Let's see. Erika without Charlie. Nope. On the Charlie Kirk show. Why don't I swore I saved that, but with Charlie, that was that one. Nope, I can't. Oh wait, I bookmarked it. I was smart, guys. I bookmarked that ish. Okay, well, let me find Erika Kirk. Where did I put that under? I have so many Erika Kirk things here. This is our turning point. Is that the one? No. Dang it, guys. I will find it. I have to show you something suspicious in there. I found the part where she's talking all by her lonesome. But where's the one where she's talking with a Charlie? That's the one I'm looking for. With Charlie. Let me type that in. They're sitting together on the little chairs and they keep getting, here we go. There it is. Okay. All right, guys. Queuing up this next one. Okay. This is these two sitting down at the women's. This is called Can Women Have a Family and a Successful Career? And this is where Erika Kirk looks like Daffodil or some shit. I don't really know what this is about. But maybe Charlie did give her fashion advice, because this reminds me of something Charlie, as a man and not a fashionista, would be like, yeah, girl, you look good. Like, slay, Erika. You look so good, girl. Okay. It's ridiculous. Okay. This is toward the end is where I found it. It's hilarious. And let's see. Yeah, it's right around here. And there's another part. I think it's right around here. Let me get to it, guys. It was so good.
Simultaneously, like different seasons.
And while this is playing, I just keep looking at Charlie's face whenever she's talking about things, because I find it hilarious, the faces that he keeps making.
Your career, again, like I said, is not going anywhere. So what you're establishing now on YouTube and your platform and all that stuff, it's not going anywhere. What I will recommend, though, is when you do have children, do not use your children as pawns for a discount code. Do not use your child for a free stroller.
She's an idiot.
For some influencer thing. Your children are sacred. Protect them. That is your role as a mother. Your platform was given to you by God, so steward it well and steward it properly. But it's not going to go anywhere. What you're building now is not going to get destroyed. I think that's what a lot of people get misconstrued, is thinking like, okay, what I'm building now is going to be worthless once I have a family. No, God will redirect it.
And this is the shit I'm talking about right here. Okay. Do y'all hear this? I mean, it'll be there. Take a break, girl. It'll be there. Is it? Oh my gosh, we're going to have to watch it. We're going to have to check that out, Garrison. Yeah, this shit will be here. You can take a break, girl. You can give us all some breathing room, girl. Let us break up with you a little bit. Let's just see other people. Like, Erika, I just want to see other people right now. I don't want to be like committed to you this much. Like, girl, please, give us some room. Give us some space. You hear her? It can wait. God gave her this. And it can wait.
He'll turn it into whatever it needs to turn into. Pray on it, because it's not always super clear, but it will come to you. And I think that, yes, every season's going to come and have its own time and turn, but if this is what you're focusing on right now, like that's what
she was trying to do the, what is it? To every season, turn. She was trying to do that one.
focusing on. I mean, I don't.
Look at her looking at Charlie. She's like, right? I mean, is that what you want to hear? Like, is that what you would have said? Like, is this right?
You're in a great spot, honestly,
Yeah.
and Erika answered it beautifully. So, again, if
She's
you,
like, yes.
you have to always prioritize what matters most, and with that, the Lord will open up the right doors.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, let's see how quick this one is. This might be the last question. Yes.
Okay, hi guys, my name's Lily. So one thing is a piece of advice I'd love. The other is a question, whichever one you guys have time for. So first of all, with gentle parenting, and then you have like abusive homes, what is the balance of biblical discipline and love? And also, I would love advice for if you have a godly guy in your life, you guys agree on a lot of things spiritually and politically, but you still feel like there's a little bit more maturity that needs to go. How do you wait on the Lord, and how do you go about that?
I'll take the second one.
That's a.
I'll take the
She's like, I'll take this one.
first one too, but I want to hear. I mean, it's
No, just
powerful
really
to hear
quick.
from.
Yeah. She was gonna try to take it, but Charlie was like, no, I'll get it. And then she changes her mind.
Father.
The most important thing as a parent is that you must instill self-control, not self-esteem for your kid. Whatever it takes, you must have them understand the power of restraint, which is a fruit of the Spirit. Remember, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. That's much easier said than done, right? I could tell you more about what not to do and what we're not doing than what we're doing, because we're still figuring it out, but we know what not to do.
Yeah.
It is a civilizational tragedy when Eric and I go out with our 2 kids to eat, and we go look at another family, and everyone has their eyes on a screen.
It's so sad.
It is so beyond.
It's so sad. Meanwhile, that's one of the first things she did was unlock them iPads for them kids.
Them good stuff. Parenting becomes easier, not easy, but easier.
Truly, truly. I forget what your second.
Gentle
question.
parenting and the maturity of a man. He's not quite there yet. He's not as mature as she would like.
I would have him find someone, if you have a solid church that you go to, I would share that with either the pastor or someone within the church that you look up to,
gosh, that's
and have
right.
a male figure pour into him. Not a stranger or not an uncle or not a brother, someone totally a separate party that's not connected. It can be private, but have him go and get mentored once, twice a week, and really just have someone he can look towards to see.
And I love how she takes this question about how, to mature up her man. And Erica's like, oh, this is what you do. Like, how do you know the first thing about how to mature a man?
like this is.
I
the way
cannot
that-
with
He needs to
her.
hear one thing, just one sentence. You will lose her if you don't grow up.
Yeah.
If he hears that, radical change will happen. If the right person.
Now suddenly she's like, yeah, exactly. That's like, I was getting ready to say that. Like, I was getting ready to say that. I swear to God.
Says that he doesn't need a whole feeling session. We don't need that as men.
She's
We don't need
annoying.
emotionality. No. You need conviction and order and a challenge, and we need high stakes.
Yeah.
And if we hear you're going to lose what you take for granted if you don't, watch radical change ensue. Thank you. Last question.
Sorry.
Did you just catch that? This is the part I wanted you to see. I'm going to make it bigger so y'all can see this, but watch what she says to him and how he's all excited about it, right? This makes his whole day. He's like, it's crazy.
Challenge, and we need high stakes.
Yeah.
And if we hear you're going to lose what you take for granted if you don't, watch radical change ensue. Thank you. Last question.
Sorry.
You look so handsome. You look so handsome.
She's like, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. She's like, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. I'm going to hit that later. You're so hot. So hot. Girl, in the middle of this, women's summit, you're going to sit there and try that shit? I feel like that was one of the little tricky things that she would do with Charlie. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. Oh my God. It's getting hot in here. Oh my God. It's so hot. I just find it very funny. And I think she did that a lot. We saw that in that one video. Remember when she was, when they were announcing their engagement on his show? And she's sitting there licking her lips and watching him walk past. He's she's some kind of I guess you can call her a cougar, right? Because she was older than him. She was cougaring it up, licking her lips, watching him. You're so handsome. Oh my God, I love you. And he's sitting there just what? We're trying to do the women's summit. What are you saying? She's like, no, you're so handsome. Oh my God. Bitch, come on. And this is the end, okay? And they're sitting here and they want to wrap it up. Charlie said last question back here 10 minutes ago. And, she brambles on and on for a minute here, and he brambles on and on. And he wants to close it out and keep keep an eye on him and his face and stuff. And it just so happens that they cut this video right when he looks like he's so fucking annoyed. He just wants to she just wants her to shut up, and he's so annoyed, and they cut the video somehow, and you can see it happening, and then they cut it. And I don't know, I can't find the one where it's not cut or acting strange during this part that I'm going to show you. And I just found it weird because why is it chopped up right there? I don't know.
You deserve so much credit for keeping church attendance alive, for serving in the churches, for volunteering in the churches, for keeping the entire faith robust. And now we're seeing a resurgence of young men finally come back. That's something I don't think that's always articulated of how the American church has really been saved and strengthened by women in America. Final thoughts.
So something that he does to pour into me emotionally is, or to just check in from that standpoint, is if he comes home, he's tired, how's your day? Great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm still cooking, whatever. On his Sabbath, when he has a moment, he writes me a note. He has not missed one. He writes me a note, either leaves it on my pillow, hands it to me. I have saved every single one of them. And those notes are what refill me emotionally if I need that filling. He's very good about that. So when you're in a relationship, how it's important to know your spouse's nature, it's also important to know your own. What do you want him to do to help pour into your emotional side? What is something that makes you tick and your heart tick? Do you want him to write you a note? Do you want him to tell you do you want him to bring you flowers? Do you hate flowers? Do you want a cake? You learn what will speak to you, that box in your head, even on a day where he says 5 words, but he brought you flowers, and you're like, wow, I feel loved. I get it. Just be sure to communicate that, though. He can't read your brain. It's the famous thing of, where do you want to go eat for dinner? I don't care. We'll go to Chipotle. I don't want Chipotle. You need to be able to know your own nature to tell your husband, not train, it's a team. This is what I want. This is what I
see how it's almost
please.
up
This is
over
how
here?
you can pour into me. How can I check in with each other every single day? How can I serve you
It's weird.
better when you get home? Is there anything that you need me to have ready for you when you come back from the office or this trip? XYZ. He asks me the same thing if I'm out doing something out with the kids. What can I do? How can I make your day better? You're a team, and you guys are not at ends with each other. Work
He's literally like, oh my God, can you finish it up? Watch, he's going to try to say something, and she just keeps plowing through.
together, communicate, and grow together as equally yoked partnership.
It's beautiful. And I want to plug one thing, and then I will say one last thing to the whole audience, and thank you. I want all of you to start chapter at your high school or college. Who's here at Turning Point USA chapter leader? Raise your hand. We need more of you to go start Turning Point USA chapters. You could do so out there. There's amazing giveaways associated. So I'll say 2 final things. And then Eric, do you have any final thoughts? Before I get to my 2 final things, I'll go quick while you think about it. The first of which is, we're gonna have a whole Q&A for politics or whatever you want tomorrow, or more relationship stuff if you want. Do not talk down to men. Do masculinity bashing of men. Not only do we need men, the civilization is, God created man and women. And it's very tempting to get into the whole kind of girl-dominant society. You do not want to live in that world. I'm telling you right now, you do not. You want to live in a world where the best of both sexes are equally balanced. The other thing I'll say, which is just kind of funnier, it's hard to put into words how much men want just like a return to normal things, like cooking a meal, like serving in like those fundamental ways. Like that stuff as a husband or even a boyfriend goes beyond measure than I can put into words.
And make it fun. Be like, what do you want to eat? And then have them make a menu, and then it's a good challenge for you. So I cooked swordfish the other night. It was okay. Wasn't my best, but
Great.
But that goes to say, just make things fun. Don't look at it as I have to.
There you go.
I get to serve my husband. I get to submit unto my husband because he's submitting himself to the Lord. There is a balance, and there's something really beautiful about that balance. If you have a situation where you don't have someone in your life that you can look towards as a healthy marriage, seek that out. Whether that's in your church, whether that's in your community, whether that's something online. Hold on to that so that you can have some form of an understanding of, okay, this is what I have to look forward to. I'm so excited. And God will make sure that the right man will come into your path. He won't walk past you. He won't miss you. God is always on time, and so is your future husband. So just wait on the Lord, and you'll get everything that you've prayed for and more. Stuff that you prayed for, you'll get way beyond that, because God knows truly.
He literally was like, oh my gosh, shut up. You could tell. You could tell he just was like, and I don't know why it's all choppy and cut up right there. I found it weird. Why is it all cut up? I really don't know. But I just thought it was interesting, the dynamic between these two, as, he tries to get, he says, well, do you have anything to say? I'll just talk instead. And you can see, like, I could see how this would annoy somebody like Erika. You know, you could tell. I mean, you could just tell. The dress alone, she's screaming for help right now. Why would you wear this outfit? This is a scream for help if I ever saw one. Okay. She's miserable. And I don't know why you would wear that in any day, any time, like to anything. I don't understand what it is. It confuses me. It makes me upset. I don't understand it. Okay. So in my opinion, she is screaming for help right here. As she's trying to tell the audience and look like she's super important, Charlie's sitting there with the mic like, oh my God, can finish? Can we get out of here? Like, wrap it up. It's just, I found it just to be funny. And in the middle of it, she's like, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. Like, you're so handsome, honey. I love you. And he's just trying to be serious and like finish this thing up. And she's like hitting on him in the middle. It's just weird. It's weird. Okay. Yes. Yes. I love this right here. What makes people think they need to explain the Bible to anyone, especially that dingbat? I agree. Allegedly. This is 100% correct. I get annoyed by this kind of stuff. Unless you are a pastor, a preacher, you know, a priest, some type of authority, do not sit here and preach to me about what you think the Bible means and then act like you know that's what it means. Because you know what I mean? It's like I can't with this. And it's funny that she tries to be the authority on things. It's funny to me. And I feel like now that Charlie's gone, a big chunk of her identity is missing because this was her and Charlie's thing, right? They sit there and go back and forth. Like on the podcast, they talk about the same stuff. She would say the same things. Like, you just have to pour into each other. Like, you pour into each other. Like, and Charlie pours into me all the time. Like, he poured into me last night. Matter of fact, that's why I'm so smart today. You know, it's just all about pouring into everything all the time with her. And that's why when that lady in that letter from the other thing, she's like, we're pouring into each other. Like, bitch, no, that's something Erika says. She says it all the time. There it is. She's always pouring into something. She's always getting poured into. Okay. And, yeah, I just, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, she doesn't. She says the literal opposite. Yeah, it's just weird. But Candace is coming on. We don't want to miss Candace. I appreciate all of you guys coming to hang out with me. I love you all so much. And yeah, you guys have to make sure you hit the like button before you head on out of here. To prove your love to me, hit that like button. We should at least have 100 likes, if not more, because we had like a whole bunch of people on today. And also go check out Against My Better Judgment over on Club Vacha. Get yourself into the group chat. We do have a lot of fun over there, and you know, you're missing out if you don't do it. Okay, so I love you all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, thank you so much, guys.